Evening, guys. Welcome to another Thursday night live stream with yours truly, Alan Scouser. Hope you all had a good week. And I'm very, very pleased to announce that I've got a special guest joining me tonight. It's Mr. Jamie Powell. I'll just get him in for you right now.
Hello.
All right, Jamie, you okay?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Yeah, thanks very much for taking the time to appear on my live stream. It's much appreciated.
Oh, thank you for having me on.
Oh, yeah, no worries, yeah. Now, before I start, going into the comments and that, I've just got a couple of questions here, Jamie. I'd like to ask you about movies, like if that's okay, just to get the ball rolling. Yeah? Okay, I'm going to fire away now with the first question. Okay, so the first question I'd like to ask you is, what is your all-time favourite horror movie, if you've got one? All-time favourites.
Oh, that's tricky.
I know the feeling, yeah.
I mean, there's so many. I like Stephen King's It.
Yeah.
There's obviously films like The Exorcist and The Haunting by Robert Wise, and there's so many. There's so many to pick from.
Oh God, there is. Yeah.
The older the better, I think. To be honest.
Yeah.
But,
there's so many. Yeah.
Probably go with It because it's just something I've grown up with. But there are better films, but. That's probably the one that sticks out for me the most.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. I'm the same. Like when anybody asks me name an all-time favorite horror movie, as I said, there's so many. You can just basically roll off. There's been ones that sort of like shaped your enjoyment of horror, and then the other side of the coin, there's ones you like, but not to the extent that the ones you grew up with, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So thanks for that. So the next question I'd like to ask you, Jamie, is what horror movie are you most looking forward to seeing, either on the pictures or on Blu-ray or wherever?
There's one coming out called Cobweb. That looks quite interesting.
I haven't heard of that one.
That's coming out soon. There's the one that comes out next week. I forget the name of it, but it's about like a hand, and I forget what it's called. But a lot of horror films these days are a bit generic or a bit samey. But I've heard good things about this one that's coming out next week. And Cobweb could be quite good. So. And we've got Saw coming out as well, the new Saw, but I'm not too bothered about that. But but no, I would say Cobweb, and I forget the name of the one that's out next week. Talk to Me, I think it is. Talk to Me.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. That's something to look forward to, isn't it? Yeah. All right then. Moving on then, Jamie. I've got question 3. Who is your all-time favourite horror actor? Now, it could be male or female. All-time favourite horror actor.
All-time favourite. Oh my goodness, that's a tricky one. Going back to it. Tim Curry as Pennywise He was fantastic. And of course, we got the classics like Robert Englund as Freddy, and of course Bruce Campbell as Ash.
Like Bruce Campbell.
They're sort of like the favourite ones, but I'd probably go Tim Curry. I think he was great. He's in Legend as well. He played like the devil, so he was good in that. And
I like Tim Curry myself. That first It movie, that's my favourite one. I do prefer that one. So thanks for that. Just one or two more now before we get into the comments.
Of course.
Right, okay. So which horror movie scared you the most out of all the horror movies we watched over the years? Is there any particular one that's really scared you, really disturbed you?
I mean, there's not really. I don't, because I've watched horror for so long, I don't really do scare, but I think ones that stand out, there's one called The Entity.
That's a good one. Yeah, it's a good one.
It's just the thought that this is actually a true story, and that this actually happened, and there's just something about like that sort of thing, like poltergeists and everything like that. Not the film Poltergeist, but the actual thought that these things do happen, and you could be in the room and not know they're there, and they're watching.
That's right.
And it's just that sort of thing frightens me more than anything else. But there's a bit at the end where, no spoilers, but she walks into a room and it talks to her, and it's like, oh my God, and it says something pretty horrible. I won't repeat it, but it's just gets under my skin. The Exorcist, of course, is a good one as well. They're doing a remake of that for some reason.
I believe so. Yeah. But, they're doing a trilogy. Aren't they? Trilogy. Yeah.
Maybe the bed scene will be in the third film. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. All right then. So moving on. What movies have you watched this week? Now, it doesn't have to be horror, but any good movies what you watched this week?
I I went and saw the new Mission Impossible film. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I watched The Others, Nicole Kidman.
That's a good one, man.
But I like that one. That's coming out on Criterion. But Criterion release. But yeah, I've not really watched a lot because I've been working a lot. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But no, they're probably the only two I've watched. A couple of bits and pieces, but yeah, they're really good. I enjoyed The Others, and Mission Impossible I really enjoyed as well. So and me and the wife are going to go see Barbie tomorrow. So wish me luck.
Oh, the new Barbie movie, yeah. That's getting publicised a lot, that isn't it? Getting publicised a lot. Yeah. Oh, well, I hope you enjoy it anyway. Yeah. All right then. So I'm just going to say the movies I've watched this week. I've just done a few here. I don't know if you're familiar with them or not. I've watched that movie, Blood of the Vampire. It's like a nod to Hammer. I think it was made in 1957. Wasn't too keen on that, so I watched that one. I watched Boris Karloff one, Cauldron of Blood, which was quite good. Made in 1967. Yeah. Or I watched that one Zeta on 88 Films, or Zeta. Watch that one. Watch that one. Yeah, again, not very good. No. I watched I needn't say too much about The Evil Dead Rises. I think you know, if you watch me review, I think you know how I feel about that movie.
You loved it, didn't you?
Oh, I loved it, yeah. One of the best movies I've ever seen in my whole life. I've watched one of the, you know, that, have you seen that that box set with all the Island of Blood movies that came out about a year or two ago? They started to release them. I watched Brides of Blood. Now it was lovely colour. Like it was, you think of watching an Elvis movie like Blue Hawaii. Oh, it was lovely colour. But the only thing that let it down was the story. It wasn't very good, very slow. But it was a beautiful looking movie, you know. So I watched them. Yeah, and that's about it really. I've been watching some of the Arrow box sets. I got Gamera, the dinosaur, the giant hair. Yeah, I'm working my way through them at the moment. A little bit of a hit and miss at the moment. Yeah. So
it's a bit hit and miss. I've watched them all. There are some that are stronger than others, that's for sure. But some that they feel a bit like they were made for kids in a way. But
yeah, that's it.
It's like Godzilla for kids. But there's a couple of good ones. When you get to like the later ones, like the second box set, the high school era, it gets a bit better.
Oh, well, yeah. The lovely box sets.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. So, Well, I guess that about winds up the questions then, Jamie. So we're going to get into the comments now and see if we've got in the room. So we'll just have a look and see if we've got in tonight. Right. Okay. Looks like there's quite a few here.
Ooh.
Right. So the first person in the room is Am I Dead Yet? Hey, Alan and everyone. You okay? Nice to have you along. Sharon's here, Sharon Lawton. Hi, Alan, Jamie and everyone. Hope you're all well. Hiya, you okay? Thanks for stopping by. Gina's here again. Gina Walpole. Saying hiya. Right, Gina. Nice to see you again. Brian's here, Brian Gilson. Hi, Alan, Jamie, and everyone. Hope you're all well. Yeah, not too bad. Thanks, Brian. I hope you are as well. Thanks for stopping by. Edward's here. Evening, guys. Hope you're well. Yeah, not too bad. Thanks. Hope you are, mate.
I know Edward.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good lad.
Right. Right, Chestnut 7. Hi, Alan, Jamie, and everyone. You okay? Thanks for stopping by. I think that's about it for now. Yeah. So they most probably all come in, like waiting for a bus. You'll all come in at once and that, one after the other. Yeah. So So as I say, I'm working my way through the Gamera box set, and I've got a couple more I've got to get through yet. What I've been buying off eBay and that. So I like some of my rare horror movies as well. From the 50s and 60s and 70s. I always like to discover that rare little gem, what I've never heard of before. So I've got one there actually. It just come today. Have you ever heard of a guy called Jonathan Rigby? He's always up on the horror, talks about horror movies.
Yeah, I recognise the name.
Yeah, he wrote those two. He wrote those 3 books: Gothic horror and English Gothic. He knows his stuff. Yeah, he recommended a movie. It's about this guy. It's called A Night Digger. And basically, it's about this guy. He's a kind of an odd job man. He goes around doing odd jobs in his van, but he's also a psychopath as well. I think it was made in 1972. So that I'm looking forward to watching that one. Yeah, and then I've got a couple of other rare movies as well. So looking forward to watching them. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, there's one. I might either rent it out or buy it. Renfield.
Oh,
what do you think?
Well, I really liked it, but I know that you're very. I do love your rants, by the way. When you don't like a film, it's really.
Oh, I like to be straight. Yeah, I like that's my sort of way of doing my channel. That rather than make it. Well, I didn't like the movie. I thought it was crap. I like to put a little bit of it, life into it. Yeah,
it is great. But yeah, I really like Benfield.
Yeah.
At the beginning, they sort of reference Bela Lugosi's Dracula. And
it
was black and white, and I wish the whole film was like that, because that part of the film was beautifully directed and filmed and acted, and I thought the whole film had been brilliant like that. But they go modern, and it's very modernized. But if you don't mind that, I really liked it. I did enjoy it.
Oh well, yeah. So to say, I might rent it out on Prime or pick it up on HMV when I go over to Liverpool on Saturday, because that Saturday's my day for Blu-ray hunting. I'll go over to Liverpool and I usually go to HMV CX, pretty much like yourself, really. So we're getting more people coming in now, and we've got Kevin here. Hi, Jamie.
Hello, Kevin.
And Kevin says, "Hi, Alan." Okay, Kev, thanks for stopping by. Chestnut7 says, English Gothic, great book. I got mine for £2, best bargain I've had on books. I paid about 20 quid for mine. The Jonathan Rigby one, English Gothic. And it was ages before I got the Italian one. I got the American Gothic one, and I got the English Gothic one. And blow me, could I find that bloody Italian one anyway? I searched all over. And he finally re-released it, and I snapped it up before that got snapped up as well. So I've got the 3 Gothic books now. So
fantastic.
Yeah. Right, it's just there. Kevin says, you didn't like Blood of the Vampire. No, I wasn't too keen on it. He wasn't even like a vampire. He's more of like a scientist. Yeah, you haven't seen that, have you, Jamie? Blood of the Vampire.
I've heard of it, but I've not seen it.
Yeah, I think it was made about. It's a kind of a nod to the Hammer films, I'll tell you who's in it. Barbara Shelley, very well-known Hammer face. Yeah, she's in it. Yeah, but it wasn't my cup of tea. Yeah, I prefer like the traditional Hammer, like Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing and that, But nice colour though. I'll give it that. Right, we've got Richard Brown here. Does Jamie like the Suspiria remake? Oh, that's another favourite of mine. Go ahead, fire away.
I actually watched it last night.
Did you?
Yeah, I sold it today.
Oh, did you? Yeah. So can I assume you didn't like it?
I didn't hate it.
Right.
But I thought it was too long. And I don't know. It was okay. I think that's the best way of putting it. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It was just, but it went on for too long, and my attention kind of lost it a bit halfway. But there's some good moments in it, as well acted and directed and everything. But I just don't think you needed to touch it. I didn't, the original. Was I'm not particularly a huge fan of the original. The soundtrack does me head in, but the film is a classic, and sometimes it's best to leave classics alone. But they did something different with it, and I think it's okay. That's quite a long answer, but basically, I thought it was all right, but I wouldn't watch it again.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, my thoughts on it, as I say.
What do you think? Oh dear. Yeah.
But I do like the original. But I'll say about the original that was made in 1977. The very first time I watched that on VHS back in the day, I didn't care much for it. I thought it was slow. I thought she was doing too much walking through the Bally School. Nothing really happened. But the more I watched it over the years, I grew to like it. And now it's one of my all-time favorite Dario Argento movies. Yeah. So I've got the 4K of it. So I'm looking forward to watching that. I like the music as well. It's a by Goblin group called Goblin the Music. Yeah. But that remake. Oh no. I don't think Wild Horses could drag me to that. So there you go.
Yeah. For me it was a one-off watch.
Yeah. Right, we've got Lee Davis here. You okay, Lee? What's your favourite Hammer film? I'll go first, and it's a toss-up between the two. It's Dracula, 1958, starring Christopher Lee, and The Curse of Frankenstein, 1957, starring again Lee and Cushing. Yeah, so it's between those two, very very slim. So how about you, Jamie? Have you got a favourite Hammer film?
Probably Dracula. I think Christopher Lee's Dracula is just timeless, and it's just the acting, the atmosphere, just the way it looks. It's just the music.
I agree.
It's a product of its time that lasts. It doesn't get old, even though it is old. If you see what I mean, it's very rewatchable. And it's just the performance of Christopher Lee. It's just terrifying.
Yeah, he's the only Dracula that ever scared me as a kid. I've said this before. My mum used to say to me, like, back in the day, I don't know, she said, you like Dracula, and the minute he comes on, you put your hand over your eyes when the blood comes into his eyes and he bears his fangs. That was all new to me then when I was a kid, like most kids and that, But obviously now I'm used to him. I could watch him on my own at 3 o'clock on my own in the house, when nobody in the house wouldn't bother me. But definitely Christopher Lee Dracula. He's got that, like, as you just said, he's got that aura, hasn't he? He's got like that. He's got that commanding presence. I like his deep baritone voice as well. And nearly every movie he makes, he shines, doesn't he?
He's just he was fantastic. I actually saw him in person once in London. I went to a premiere, and he was in the film, I think, and he was just walking past, and I thought, there's Christopher Lee. I took a photo of him. It's about somewhere in my shoebox have gone as what, but he was a fantastic star.
Oh yeah, one of the best.
I remember as a kid, my mum and dad took me to see a film he was in. It was a children's film called A Feast at Midnight. And it's a British film about these kids who live in this, they go to school, and he sort of they call him Raptor because they remind him of a dinosaur. He was fantastic in it. He was the way he's his performance, his whole. Just line delivery was just elegant. He was a true star. He was. Was fantastic. And Peter Cushing, obviously, as well.
Peter Cushing, definitely, You're always like, I used to watch all their movies in the 70s, and they always seem to show them on Friday nights at 10:30. And my dad used to say this, God rest his soul. You can guarantee when those two are in a movie, you're going to be in for a good time. It's like they're going back even further. Karloff and Lugosi. When those two, like the Black Cat movies like that, but love Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. And I also love Vincent Price. He's quite good. Vincent Price, Vincent Price. His voice is very hard to imitate. He had the unique voice, didn't he?
I tried to do it, but it just sounds like I can't.
I tried to do it myself and failed miserably.
But that's about as best I can do it. Fantastic he was.
And as I say, going on to the female actresses, I like Barbara Shelley. I like Danielle Harris, coming forward a bit more modern. I like what's her name? The girl that was in The Ring, Naomi Watts. I like her.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah,
very underrated actress she is.
But there's been so many, hasn't it, over the years now. But Lee and Cushing, they're right up there. My all-time favourite horror actors. So. Right, we've got Zammy in the room. Evening, Alan and Jamie. You okay, Zammy? Thanks for stopping by. Sharon Lawton says, apparently, Dario Argento didn't like the remake of Suspiria. Oh, right. That makes a zillion of us.
Welcome to the club.
I love the... Tell you one of my favourites of this is the bird with the crystal plumage.
I've recently picked that one up. I've not seen that one.
I won't tell you about it. I won't say spoil it, but it's very good. I like Deep Red. That's good. Deep Red. I'll tell you what I watched the other night. We've done a trilogy of the Three Witches: Inferno, Suspiria, and The Mother of Tears. I watched that on Sunday night, and I loved it. It was great. Very gory, quite gory, I had Jordan on the other week, and he was surprised when I told him. He said I didn't know they'd made a third one. Said The Mother of Tears, I haven't got the Blu-ray. I've just got it on DVD. But I highly recommend it if you like Dario Argento,
He's very very good with his camera. He knows where to put the camera.
And his daughter was in it as well. Asa Argento, she was in it, She was the main female lead. But it was very good. Right. Comes a bit slow tonight. We've got Richard Brown saying, what do you think of elevated horror? Well, assume you don't mean horror movies set in elevators.
I hope not. There's
No.
not many.
I think what he means there, Jamie, elevated horror is horror what's regarded by the art house crowd as like great above all the others. That's my interpretation, anyway.
I wouldn't know. I've never heard that term.
No, I think
I obviously have heard it, but I don't know much about it. I guess films maybe like, you know, I need some examples of what people would call elevated, because when I watch a horror film, I don't go by how popular it is or how much critically acclaimed it is. I just go by the story and who's directed it and just see what it's like. So elevated horror, if it's like popular horror films, I guess like The Shining or The Exorcist, they're kind of considered like really good films as well as being
classics.
Good horror films. So there's so many to pick from, and who's to say what is elevated and what is not? You know, it's a difficult one to answer because I honestly don't have one, but I need some examples of what they mean, so then I can tell you my honest opinion.
Richard, could you give us some examples of what exactly do you mean by elevated horror? That'd be great. Cheers. We've got Kevin here again, and he's saying comments are really slow tonight.
It's probably because I'm on. That's what it is. I'm letting you down. Sorry.
You get these glitches, though. You do get these glitches out of the blue at StreamYard. You know, it might start off okay, and then it goes downhill for a couple of minutes or whatever. So you've got to be on your toes with StreamYard. Oh, we've got him now. Kevin's saying, I've just got The Most Dangerous Game. I haven't seen that one, Kev. Classic. No. Have you seen that, Jamie?
No.
I've
heard that one.
No. I haven't seen that one.
I'm not sounding much of an expert on horror, am I?
The Most Dangerous Game. I don't even know who's in it. Lee Davis is saying, how about Amicus movies? Mine is Tales from the Crypt. Do you know what? You've just picked my all-time favourite horror anthology movie there, Tales from the Crypt, the one with Joan Collins in and the Santa Claus, that's my number one favourite one, that, in 1972. I also like, The House That Dripped Blood. That's a good one as well. Are you into your horror anthology movies, Jamie, or you're not really?
Yeah, I like a lot of anthology movies. There isn't as many, but I really like Trick or Treat.
It's a good one. That
I like that one, and I liked obviously the most famous one is Creepshow. And we won't talk about Creepshow 3.
Oh God, I wasn't too keen on that myself. I didn't like that one.
2 is okay. There's a good one called Nightmares. That was really good. It's like I think it's 4 films, and one of them, or like 4 short stories in like an anthology, and I really like that one. I think that's underrated. First story is like a slasher type, and then there's another one about Emilio Estevez. He plays like a gamer, and then he gets like attacked by things on the computer, and then the last one is about a rat, and the only thing about that story that lets it down is that when the rat turns up, it is the worst special effects I've ever seen.
Oh God!
And it lets it down dramatically. But the story is fine. There's another one, Cat's Eye. That wasn't too bad.
I've got that one on 4K. I like that one. I have to confess, the only story I thought was a bit weak was the one with the troll at the end.
Yeah, it gets a bit.
The
guys quitting smoking. James.
Yeah, that's good.
I felt sorry for the cat there.
That's it, isn't it? Yeah.
You meant to. Yeah. Horror is meant to be shocking at the end of the day.
Yeah. Talking of cat anthologies, have you heard of one called The Uncanny with Peter Cushing?
No, I haven't seen that. I've not seen it.
Oh, that's great. That was made in 1977. And it's basically Peter Cushing. He's playing this guy. He thinks cats are going to take over the world. It's a bit, you've got your credibility stretched, So he's got the book. He's written this book, and he takes it to his agent, played by Ray Milland.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Ray Milland, he poo-poos it. Rubbish. Cats will never take over the world. And Cushing starts reading the stories. I think there's about I think there's about 4 stories and all, and he starts reading the stories out. It's great, yeah. So you want to try and pick that one up if you can. It's called The Uncanny, and it was made in 1977. It's great, yeah.
Oh, I'll look into that. That sounds.
It's good. Great. I enjoyed it. I've watched it a few times, and I always I think you like the one. I won't tell you the narrative. You might like the one with the cat called Wellington in. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah.
I will watch that. I'll watch that on your recommendation.
Oh, it's great, yeah. But I love the horror anthologies, yeah. I love that one with Burgess Meredith in. It was The Torture Garden. That's a good one.
Oh yeah. I love Burgess Meredith. What a great actor he was. Not just for Batman, but he was really
he was in it. Wasn't he in Rocky? Was he in Rocky?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's the one who's like the coach, isn't it? I think it is. He plays.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I like Burgess Meredith. Yeah, he took the penguin off, didn't he, on Batman?
Yeah,
it's the Batman series. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, the villains and that, bloody hell. I just crease up now when I see them. But when I was a kid, it was all very serious watching it when I was a kid. But now you can see you can see it for what it is. It's a comedy, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name? Who played the Riddler?
Frank Gorshin.
That's it. Oh.
Yeah.
Frank Gorshin. Loving it.
Oh God.
They all did, I think.
And the Joker, Caesar Romero.
That's right.
Oh yeah, I still love Batman, yeah. But as I say, watching it now, you can sort of like it. You basically you don't take it serious, But it was when you're a kid, like about 7 or 8 years old. Oh God, that was the highlight of my weekend viewing. Yeah, I used to get. I tell you what, I used to get. I used to get the bubblegum cards as well. The Batman Chewy. Yeah, you got about 4 cards in them, and when you open them up, you get like a pink gum. I used to love that. I think I had all the sets. Yeah, I'm talking about bubblegum cards as well, getting away from horror for a bit. In the playground, getting the big football cards and swapping them. Used to love that as well. I just have bloody big football cards like that, big wads of them. And he said, I've got Brian Kidd here. I've got 2 Brian Kidd. I'll swap you for for Georgie Best. Yeah. So when you think back,
the good old days. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you had the what's the name? Oh, you could go on, couldn't you? The what's the name? The clackers.
Oh yeah.
Remember them?
Conkers.
And take the break, and the board games, Buckaroo and all them. Used to love all them.
The routine shooting bucking game.
Yeah, and I'd tell you what was a big favourite of mine. Being a horror fan, the Haunted House game. I used to love that. We used to put the ball down.
We used to you set up like all the traps going round and like. But it's been like a Haunted House version of Mousetrap, wasn't it?
That's the one. Yeah. God, played that. Yeah. But I tell you,
Atmosphere.
Sorry. Oh, Atmosphere. I had that one. Yeah.
Video. The Keymaster.
That's right. The Keymaster. Yeah, I had that one. Yeah. I tell you, getting away from horror again for a little bit. There was one board game that used to drive me absolutely crackers trying to beat, and that was Escape from Colditz.
Oh yeah.
Oh God. Many a time I used to play it with my mates and that. I'd have all my equipment, I'd have all the rope, I'd have the wire cutters, and I was running away from the castle, not too far away from freedom. And the bloody the opponent, the German fella, he picks a card up, and what does the card say? You've been shot dead. So after all that, he picks the card up, and if he picks that card up, bang, you're dead. You're out of the game. Oh God, the times I got. Honestly, you used to be tearing my hair out. Yeah, Escape from Colditz. Yeah, but talking of that, I've got the Blu-ray of that. The original movie. Yes, I'm going to watch that. I do like a good war movie. A good story. How about you?
Yeah, I like war films. Saving Private Ryan. One of the most famous. Pianist with Adrian Brody.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, that's a harrowing film, but I really recommend it. It's a really good one. He plays Spielman, a famous Jewish pianist, and his whole family, they're all Jewish, so they all got sent off and everything. But he managed to hide in a abandoned house, and it honestly, it sounds boring, but actually there's a lot more to it. But the film is just harrowing. It's like Schindler's List, but it really is one I would highly recommend. It's The Pianist. Fantastic.
Yeah. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I'll have to check that one out. I like the war movies with the battle scenes in as well. The big battles and that. Love them. Like The Longest Day and all them. Love them.
Yeah, that's good. I've seen that one for a long time.
No, it's good, that one. Right, back to the comments. We've got an answer here about the question about elevated horror. Throw some light on it now. Here we go. Right, Brian says, Elevated horror means films like Hereditary and Midsummer. In other words, art house movies.
Artsy fartsy stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So yeah. I thought it was something to do with that, like, you know, art house, but I wasn't 100%
I
sure.
wasn't too sure.
No, but I'm just going to say a couple of things on these two movies now, Jamie. So I don't know if you like these or not, but I'm just saying what I thought of them. Now, Hereditary, I must have watched that about 4 times, and you know what? I still don't think it's very good. Really tried to like it now, because when I first saw it, it was on all the bus hoardings and that, you know, advertising, this is the next Exorcist movie, and that. You must probably seen it yourself, advertised on all the bus hoardings and that. So I watched that 4 times, and I still can't get into it. Midsummer, I did like the setting in Midsummer. I thought it was a beautiful setting, but the story was a bit pants, you know. So what do you think of these two anyway?
Hereditary, I thought was good.
Yeah.
It was slow, but it wasn't boring. There was some good elements to it, like the acting.
Yeah.
Toni Collette was fantastic. She's another underrated actress.
Yeah.
I liked her in the main role. There's some good bits with her. I thought the ending was a bit naff.
The demon.
All I'm going to say is, it was like that. There's a bit, I'm like, oh, piss off.
Yeah.
But, sorry, I swore.
It's all right.
But I've been quite good so far. I haven't said that many times.
I don't need to get the swear box out then. God, you should have heard me in church when I was about 10. No, I'm only joking.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's in the hallway all full with my swear jars.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hereditary, I liked it. I don't think it's the best, but I think it's okay. It's good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Midsummer, I saw and I thought it was all right. Too long again.
I thought that.
It's too long, and there's a director's cut that apparently is like an extra half hour, and apparently it's better. I haven't seen that version yet, but I liked both. Didn't hate, didn't love, just liked. I'm quite easy again. There's a similar sort of thing, I guess, as a film called Mother with Jennifer Lawrence. That was quite artsy fartsy, and it was a very odd film. Yeah, and it was I'm not going to go into it in case you haven't seen it, but but Jennifer Lawrence is good in that. But yeah, I don't mind these sort of horror films, but they're not my go-to horror films. No, but I don't mind them. I can watch them. I think Hereditary was better than Midsummer. Personally. But they look good. You know, they look good.
Yeah, and as I say, Midsummer, beautifully shot setting, you know, and I like the idea of the commune and that, you know, I was expecting something really horrific in that, you know, but, you know, it was very, very long, you know, too long. I think it could have been shortened to about, 90 minutes and that. But so both movies are not really, you know, among the most liked movies, unfortunately. I tell you, there's one movie I'm really agonising over whether to watch it or not, because I've heard that many mixed opinions on it. You most probably see it when I tell you what it is. It's a black and white movie, and I think it's got just 2 guys in it. Do you know where I'm going? That's the one. I'm agonising over whether to get that. What did you think of it anyway? What's your honest opinion of it? Nah.
Well. When I saw it at the cinema, I came out and I thought, what on earth is that all about? It's just it's like, it's very repetitive. These guys, they work at this lighthouse, they work all day, they get drunk at night, and then they see some weird stuff. Right. Well, Robert Pattinson mainly. The acting is from William Dafoe is fantastic. The writing is, how they said those lines is unbelievable. The film is not going to be for everybody. A lot of it's Marmite. You either love it or hate it. Oh I'm not sure you'll like it, because if you didn't like Midsummer and Hereditary too much, I don't think you'll like this one too much either. I liked it, but I didn't love it. Again, there are a lot of films that come out, and I sort of pass. And go, it's okay, but I don't go, you've got to watch it. It's amazing. But some films I love, some films I like, and some films I'm not too keen on. And these are the ones that I liked, but I wouldn't recommend them or rave about them. So I think Lighthouse, I would watch it for free.
Yeah. Well, I was in I was in HMV last Saturday, and they had the special edition with all the juicy special features. Now I'm a bugger. I've got a big weakness for special features, because once I've watched the movie, my mum's not really bothered. She said, "Oh, it's just the movie." She just watches the movie and that's it. But I love the special features. I love reading about how the movie was made. I love all the little anecdotes and that, and it had all these special features on. I thought, should I venture? I ended up picking up Zedder instead, and that was a pile of tripe. So. It's on eBay already, but if I do watch The Lighthouse, I most probably rent it off Prime. I would
recommend renting it.
I think I will actually.
The special edition's like £25, isn't it? It's a lot of money.
I know, that's why I didn't buy it. But I most probably rent it.
You can get excuse me. You can get the standard one for about £7, but rent it. I think it might be. Do you have Amazon Prime or?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
it might be on there. I'll look later.
I'll rent it out. Yeah, but I'm not paying $24.99 for a pile of tosh.
I think I can't wait for the review on that one. I can't wait for your review.
What's that? Sorry.
I can't wait for your review on that one. That's going to be interesting.
Oh, my review.
Yeah. It's gonna. What a load of shite.
Yeah. As I say, like I'm not going to pay $24.99, but for something I don't like, So I'll as I say, I'll probably rent it out, Right, we've got Graham Powell. Any relation, Graham Powell?
Not that I know of. No.
Right.
My mum didn't sleep round. I don't think so. I think.
Graham's saying, "Hi guys, what's your favourite musical score in a horror film?" Mine is Jerry Goldsmith's score for The Omen. Your favourite musical score in a horror film? Now, I love Halloween, the original.
Oh, well, that's classic.
God, I love that.
As soon as you hear those first couple of notes, it's Halloween, don't you?
Definitely.
I love the score to Candyman, the original. It's a beautiful score, and I really do love the score to. There's an old slasher film by Jeff Lieberman called Just Before Dawn. The soundtrack to that is eerie, very eerie. I like that one. But it's better than the film. The film's all right, but it's one of those slasher classic types from the slasher classic label.
Right.
But some of the horror films have the best scores. Some of them. You get some awful ones.
You're telling me,
Like Insidious doesn't have the greatest soundtrack, but I like Insidious one. Candyman is fantastic. The score to The Shining is also good. It's very atmospheric. I like the score to Poltergeist. A lot of synths and everything. I like that. There's so many. There's so many great scores. But I do think Candyman it's just that main tune is so beautiful. Nightmare on Elm Street, also quite memorable.
That's a good one, Nightmare on Elm Street. I like that one myself, I've got another one here, Psycho.
Oh, God, yeah. That's
Bernard Herrmann. Yeah, Bernard Herrmann. And I like going back to the Hammer films. I think this one's got a really fantastic score. Dracula has risen from the grave. Oh, that's really, really sets the tone for what's to come. Yeah, that's one of my all-time favourite ones, that Dracula has risen from the grave. And I've got a little confession to make. I've got a little bit of a crush on Veronica Carlson.
Well, that's fine. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, Veronica Carlson. Yeah. Oh, she's one of the most beautiful-looking women I've ever seen in any movie really, let alone a horror movie. Yeah, Veronica Carlson. Yeah, she only made a handful of horror movies. I tell you who else I like as well, Carolyn Munro. She's quite good.
She was in Maniac. Was it Maniac?
Yeah, she's been in loads. Yeah, and Bond. She's in the James Bond.
That's right.
Yeah, and the creatures, is it where they go down at the Earth's core? I think she was in that as well.
Oh yeah.
She's been in loads. Yeah, but I love that. I love that musical score and Dracula's Risen from the Grave, and the very first Dracula as well with Christopher Lee. It's got like a pound and music. I love that as well. Yeah, they were noted. They were noted, Hammer, for having good musical scores, like pretty much like Universal, really. Yeah. So
so many great scores out there.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And because you've got The Exorcist, haven't you? Tubular Bells. Got that as well. Yeah, I've said this before in my live streams. When that first came out, that movie. Now we didn't get it till 1974. America got it in 73, didn't they? We got it later. We got it in 1974. They always used to play that bloody theme tune at 3 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes when you're on your own in the house and that. Did you ever get that? Have the radio on late at night and have it come on?
Oh yeah. You almost wanted to switch it off, didn't you?
Yeah, it's like, no, is that from the movie? I think it's from. Yeah, and of course it was all, what's the name then, wasn't it? In 1974, everybody went really mad on that movie, didn't they?
Yeah,
You know, it caused a sensation and that. I'm not too sure. I believe about the people were vomiting in the cinema and fainting. I don't really know. Can't really. I wouldn't like to think. You know, what do you think?
I mean,
it did shock people, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the last film that I heard of that shocked people to that extent was Terrifier 2.
I knew you were going to say that. Terrifier 2, yeah.
Yeah, there's some stuff. Mind you, say I have watched it, and it is really gory.
Yeah, oh God.
Especially, have you seen it?
Oh, yeah, there's one particular scene. I won't tell you. Oh, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty harrowing.
Yeah. Pretty harrowing. But I've got a confession to make. I did prefer the first one to the later one. I thought the second one was far too long, you know.
Yeah,
and
the third one is going to be shorter. The director said, "Don't worry." I think he wanted to do everything he wanted to do in the second one. So then, in case there wasn't a third, I think he wanted to just do everything he wanted. For the second film, and now of course it was a huge hit. It was it earned like 10 times its budget, and like the first weekend. So and it's all done on low budget. I know the guy who plays the clown, David. I was friends with him before he sort of became Art the Clown, and he's been on my channel a couple of times where he does like little clips for me now and then. He's really sound guy, but I mean, I think they did really well with what they did, but it is too long. It is far too long. They could have cut half hour out.
Oh, definitely,
It could have been a much better film if it was paced at 2 hours, but even so, I think I think the third one it's going to be like 1 hour and 45 probably, which is what it needs to be.
Well, that's not too bad, is it really? But as I say, that second one, it seems to go on forever. And there's one scene in that what really irked me. Do you know what it reminded me of? Sesame Street, where he's like, he's in like a TV studio with all kids and that. I thought to myself, I'm watching bloody Sesame Street here or what? Or I'm watching a bloody horror movie. You know, But and also as well, I'm not a big fan of these endings, these corny endings, like like gladiatorial, like like when Laurie Strode has a final confrontation with Myers. This is my battle alone. I've got it. You stay there. You stay there. This is my personal battle. As if you'd say that in real life, They take the monster on without any assistance and that, They sort of get this like Rambo spirit, don't they? And they just march into the house and that with all guns blazing. I thought that's a bit, I don't know what you think about those type of scenarios. Yeah,
I mean, if there was like I want all the help I could get. I wouldn't want to just, but I wouldn't want to, if Katie it was just me and Katie, I'd say Katie run off. Please, but because obviously she's my wife and I'll protect her. I wouldn't want her to get involved in case anything happened to her, but. Yeah. I mean, if you would just go on it alone, you call your mates up and say, "Right, come on, lads, we got to sort this out."
So, that's it. Yeah, I done. You most probably seen it. I done a video a couple of months ago about ridiculous horror tropes. I don't know if you've seen it or not. And I said about these ones where the phone doesn't work and that, and it's sort of like there was one particular really, really memorable scene for the wrong reasons, actually. This basically, they're in this boy and girl, they're in the woods and that, and there's this monster going to attack them, and it's looming on like that. It's got its claws in that house. And what do they do? Instead of running backwards and running into the woods, they try to navigate around it as if they're a bloody footballer trying to dribble around, trying to score a goal. And what happens? The monster grabs them. So, if a monster was bearing down on you, what would you do? You'd turn and run like Billy, wouldn't you? As fast as you can carry you. Yeah. Gone. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Trying to be bravado, going like that. Like, like a bloody footballer trying to dribble around, score a goal. Yeah. I thought that was one of the worst, that. But there's so many. Once you start thinking about them, you could go on. Yeah.
There's a horror film about mobile phone. If you answer it, you die. Just switch your phone off. Sorted.
I know. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you don't put the bloody lights on when you hear a noise downstairs, Oh, God, yeah. I think horror films are really guilty of those tropes, don't you?
Yeah.
You really. Oh God, definitely, yeah. But
there was one last year called Barbarian. I really liked it. That. I really liked it, but it was there's this bit where they're down in the base. They find like a door down in the basement.
Yeah.
And in horror films, you don't go down in the basement.
No.
And there's a bit where she's in the basement and she's doing whatever. And she hears something downstairs, And she goes up to the stairs, and you think, oh no. And she goes, you know what? And she says, almost to the camera, F that. And then closes the door and goes upstairs. I think, yes.
Oh, look at that. Oh, it just goes beyond the joke sometimes, doesn't it? Some of these movies and that. Do you know what? I've watched many a movie what I've really enjoyed. Like, oh, this is great. This rubbing my hands and that. Oh God, yeah. Oh, I don't want to miss any of this. And about near the end of the movie, one of them makes a stupid, bloody decision, and it all goes right out of the window. You know, for instance, I don't know if you've seen this one. It's called John Travolta's in it. It's called The Fan. Have you seen that one, The Fan?
The Fan.
John Travolta.
Oh, is that the yeah? He's like a
stalker.
Yeah, he stalks that actor bloke, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah. It has like
he doesn't get an autograph or something, does he? He doesn't get an autograph or something that he wanted.
Yeah, he's really obsessed with him. He goes to his house and everything in that body. I think he ties him to the bed. Yeah, I think he ties him to the bed. It's a couple of years since I saw it, but the ending was very, very upbeat. You know, it wasn't very. It didn't leave a nasty taste in the mouth. It was like a happy-go-lucky kind of ending. You know, after all that darkness. You know. I did like the ending.
One, that. I remember the very first line of dialogue John Travolta had was, "I need a poo," and I just knew from that moment, okay,
in the fan, in the fan. The movie up, some of the ending up actually. Yeah. Do you know what? Do you know what my favourites? It's talking about like like people obsessed with stars and that, and people like even abducting ordinary people off the street. You know what my favourite abduction movie is? The Collector. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, that's good.
Terence Stamp and Samantha Egger. That's really chilling. That, yeah, that's great. That's based on the novel by John Fowles, I think it was. Yeah, that's a good one. That I like that one.
Have you seen Split with James McAvoy?
No.
Oh, that's good. It's he plays a guy with multiple personalities. He has like 10 personalities, and he kidnaps these girls and he keeps them in like a room. It's very good, very good.
Yeah, I like to watch out.
Far-fetched. It's very far-fetched towards the end, but
yeah.
It's good. Watch it. I recommend that. M. Night Shyamalan. Him. It's one of his better ones.
I'll have to watch out for that one. Yeah, cheers. But so just get back to the comments and see what we got next. We've seen that one, haven't we? We've got Richard Brown says, Brian is correct. Films that critics seem to like that don't normally like horror films.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got Kevin here. He's saying, Kevin's saying the most dangerous game was made by the people who made King Kong, starring Fay Wray and Leslie Banks. Oh, right, the most dangerous game. Yeah, I like King Kong, the original. Big fan of that.
Original. Yeah.
Yeah. The Peter Jackson one was okay. It was okay.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. And then you had the one that was made, and was it 1976 where he goes onto the World Trade Center.
Like, is that Jeff Bridges one? Was it Jeff Bridges?
I think that might be the one. Jeff Bridges. Yeah.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah. But I love the original one from 1931. That's my favorite one.
It's also quite sad, isn't it? It's quite a sad ending. You know, it's
the planes didn't get him. The planes didn't get him. It was Beauty that killed the Beast.
That's right. It was Beauty that killed the Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the immortal lines in movies, that, isn't it? You know, one of the most unforgettable lines. Yeah. Richard's saying Vincent Price was Egghead in Batman. Indeed, he was. Yeah, he was Egghead. Yeah.
I should be Egghead, look.
But I'm all right. I used to be a werewolf, but I'm all right now.
Oh. Werewolf.
American Werewolf in London is one of my all-time favourite movies. Love that.
Yeah, that's good fun.
Yeah. We've got, hang on, just the comments just gone up a bit. Brian is saying, I loved the Atmosphere game too. It was great with the gatekeeper on the videotape. Yeah.
I used to do impressions of that from my dad because I used to play it with my dad. He couldn't help but laugh. It's meant to be scary, but every time he went stop or something, my dad would be like, "Oh."
Yeah, that's it. Sometimes like horror, it's intended to be scary, but you laugh at some of it, you know. Some people even laughed at The Exorcist, didn't they? Some people, you know. Yeah.
Coming down the stairs. That's dear.
The spider walk. Yeah. Yeah. That was cut out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was cut out, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Richard's saying Roman Polanski directed The Pianist. I haven't seen The Pianist. I've got a couple of Roman Polanski's movies with Sharon Tate's wife. The Dance of the Vampires. That's good. Dance of the Vampires. Yeah. Eye of the Devil. That's a good one with Sharon Tate. He made another one as well with the French girl in. Was it Repulsion? That's quite good. Repulsion, black and white one. Yeah. Right, we've got Chestnut Sev 7 is saying, I like some war films like the Dam Busters, Reach for the Sky with the great Kenneth More. Oh yeah, Kenneth More.
Kenneth More is great.
Great actor, yeah. One of the great British actors, isn't he? Wasn't he, Kenneth More?
39
yeah.
Steps.
Yeah, right up there with John Mills, you know, all the greats, yeah.
And Robert Donat.
Yeah. Am I Dead? Yes. Life is Beautiful by Roberto. I'm saying Roberto Baggio then. The footballer Roberto Baggio, remember him? Played for Italy. Roberto Benigni, I think his name, is a great film. I don't know that one.
It's good. It's again very emotional, but very good.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I don't know.
He won the Oscar for that, I think.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic film.
Right. Am I Dead Yet says, should Britt Ekland have been cast in Midsummer as she is Swedish, or would it have been too closer to the Wicker Man? Good question. Yeah.
It did remind me of the Wicker Man, actually. It was like a spaced out version of Wicker Man for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually watched the Wicker Man about 3 weeks ago for the first time.
Yeah.
I've never seen it before. I heard of it, but I just never watched it. And I watched it. I thought it was a good film. You know, it's very odd. It's very odd. And the fact that it's a musical threw me off a bit. I thought it's a musical, but okay, I'll go with it.
Do you know what? When I first watched it, I thought exactly the same as you. I thought this was going to be a very, very, very gentle little musical. But oh my God, the horror at the end.
Oh, yeah.
God. Poor Edward Woodward. God, yeah, and Christopher Lee with that wig, you know, and Lord Summerisle. Oh yeah, that's one of my all-time favorites horror movies. And you know, I don't know how many versions has been released on it, Blu-ray and DVD and 4K. They're going to release another one now in September.
That's
another one of it. Yeah. So if it's not going to be a major upgrade to the one I've got, which is a fantastic one, I think I'll pass on that. Yeah, but I do love the movie. Yeah, Britt Ekland. Yeah, she's a great actress, Britt Ekland. Yeah. A lot of people thought that was a backside, and it was she doing a dance. It was somebody else's backside. Wasn't it? Somebody else's naked backside. Oh, misses. Somebody else's naked back. Somebody else's naked backside. It wasn't actually Britt Ekland's. Yeah. So very beautiful lady. Yeah, love Britt Ekland. Yeah, she was good in it. I tell you what, she was good in the James Bond one with Roger Moore. Is it Live and Let Die?
Yeah.
Live and Let Die. Oh yeah, while we're on the subject of Bond, Jamie, have you got a favourite Bond, or you're not really?
James Bond is Sean Connery.
Yeah, I like him.
And favourite Bond film? That's tricky. I've seen all of them, but I haven't seen a lot of them for a long time, so I'd have to go through them again. But I really do I like Moonraker quite a lot, and I like Casino Royale as well.
Yeah,
that's my favourite of all the recent ones. I like Skyfall as well. I enjoy Skyfall.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
It's got what's his name? Oh God, Albert Finney turns up in Scotland.
Yeah. Oh right.
It's really good. I really like that one. But I think Casino Royale is probably my favourite Bond film, but my favourite Bond is always going to be Sean Connery. I only really like two Bonds. I like Sean Connery and Roger Moore. Can't really get into any of the other Bonds. So I haven't seen one single Daniel Craig movie. No, not one. Casino Royale is one I would recommend.
Yeah,
it's very good.
Yeah. Is that the one where there's a rather brutal scene involving him? He's sitting in a chair and he's very painful scene. Yeah.
Oh, it makes every man go. Ooh.
Oh God, yeah, but I'll check it out. So I've never seen it, as I say, in its entirety, but I know about that scene in the chair. Yeah, Right, we've got SMR Beyond Dreams. Is the Snow White? Oh, here we go. Snow White. Is the Snow White? Oh no, not Snow White. I haven't recovered yet. I haven't recovered from what I've seen on the internet. Is the Snow White film Disney? Somebody said it wasn't being released by Disney, and they had their own release planned. Oh, here we go.
Backtracking.
It's getting a bit of it's getting a bit of a dirty word with me now. Snow White, it's I don't like. I won't go on about it, but I don't like all your favourites being tampered with and changed.
Yeah. I saw your video. I do.
Oh, did you? Did you see it?
I do like your rants, but I do agree with you on a lot of it. I think it's called playing it safe, and it's at the end of the day, it's politically correctness gone too far. It's not Snow Rainbow and the 7 vertically challenged individuals. It's
I see your comments.
Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. That means the lead actress, the lead character, has got skin as white as snow, isn't it, or something like that? That's how it should be. If you want. I've talked to my brother about this because he's a Disney holic. He loves Disney, everything Disney.
Yeah.
And when you throw, just going off track for a second, there was a recent Peter Pan film, and the Lost Boys had a girl in it, and it's like, hang on, they're called the Lost Boys, or they're meant to be boys, and that's when Wendy comes in. They're like, oh, it's a girl, but there's already a girl in the group of the Lost Boys. It takes away that story element. So they've done this with Snow White now, where Snow White is played by somebody who's not white but not full on black, so in the middle. I don't know the right word that would come, but I don't want to offend anybody. But it should have been played by somebody who is white, because the character's description from book to film to now has always been white. So I've got nothing wrong. Again, I mean, if you want to have some people in it that are black, then write new characters.
Yeah, I said that.
To be put in and taken away. Prince, the Prince is not Prince Charming, is it? Is that I don't know, the story element of the love story. She's an independent woman. She doesn't need a man.
Yeah, that's right.
That's changing the story. It's not Snow White.
It's not Snow White.
Which gives an apple.
Yeah,
I guarantee it's Apple is going to have an iPhone attached to it.
Yeah, that's it. It's not Snow White. Looking at those photographs, if you didn't know a single thing about this upcoming remake, you would not know that was definitely a Snow White movie. Because they're a right motley crew, aren't they? They're all multicolored, dressed in multicolored clothes and that. Crossed between the Crazy Gang and the Wild Bunch, I think I said, didn't I?
It just doesn't look like Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, and that's the problem. But that's a rabbit hole, very deep.
It is.
People will be offended, I'm sure, but oh well. You know what? Just watch the original.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. What I don't like though, when you're saying there about the original one, they're starting to cut lines out of original movies, like they did it with. I believe they're starting to butcher the Carry On movies now. They're taking lines out. Yeah.
What are they going to do to 40 Towers then? The Major. He says some pretty. I think what they need, they shouldn't change the past, what we've had. They should do, if there's got sensitive material in it or something which is dated, if it's that worrying to them, what they should do is just put a little warning up before the episode or film saying there were views in this that are now different to what they are now. We apologize to you offended, but this is a product of its time. Please respect that, and if you do not like it, then move on.
That's it.
That's what they need to do. They don't need to change it. We learn from our mistakes. We learn from our things we did that were wrong. I mean, Blazing Saddles should be banned by now. The stuff that's in it, but look, people seem to forget that it's actually satirical. It's not meant. It's showing off. Well, I could go on all day about Blazing Saddles. It's a really funny. But it's not meant to be offensive. It's meant to be satirical. It's meant to be saying, look, this is what people are like. And they shouldn't be like that. So we're taking the piss out of those people for being like that. And that's what people, they forget that point. They forget that element, that this is satirical. It's a comedy. My dad always says when he went to see Blazing Saddles, there was a warning up on the post saying this film is guaranteed to offend everybody. And you know what? That brought people in, because people. I think the most important part about comedy is having an element of danger, or an element where they're going to push you. Because the idea, what makes me laugh is when you don't see the joke coming, you know?
Yeah,
and
that's
or
it.
They're gonna push it.
Yeah.
That's what I find. I love being on the edge, you know. Like, I mean, people knock South Park, but they. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it, but at least they got balls to say stuff and make jokes about subject, like Ricky Gervais does. He does jokes about. So I'm going off on one here. It's your show. I'll shut up.
Ricky Gervais. I've only seen him once or twice. Yeah, he's in The Office, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he's in The Office. Yeah. But there's all different levels of comedy, isn't there? Really, like what might offend some people, it might be the opposite with other people. You know, we're all offended by different things, and what they're trying to do, I think they're trying to split hairs, really. You know, with some of these comedies, like they're trying to look for things, they're trying to look for faults that aren't really there. If you know what I mean, you know, they're trying to, that was offensive. You shouldn't have said this. You shouldn't have said that. And in the end, that you could go down a rabbit hole with that, couldn't you? You know.
Yeah, it's very. I wouldn't want to be a stand-up comedian these days. They got like a list of things you can't talk about.
Oh, flipping it, yeah. Do you remember Bernard Manning?
Oh God.
I saw him in Birkenhead. He comes to the Hamilton Club in Birkenhead. Oh, was he blue? Oh, talk about chubby brown. Oh God, yeah. But, yeah, he was quite good actually. He told clean jokes as well as dirty jokes, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But he told a good clean joke about a soap salesman. So I couldn't resist that. But yeah, I used to like him on the Wheel Tappers and Chunters. He used to be in the Wheel Tappers and Chunters in the 70s. Yeah. He was quite near the knuckle, Bernard Manning. Oh, we've got one of your friends here, Magpie Movies.
Oh, hello, Paul. Hello, Magpie.
You all right, Paul? Thanks for stopping by. Nice to see you. Hope you've had a good day, got some good movies.
Yeah,
he's got a good collection, hasn't he? I've seen some of his movies, Paul.
Yeah, he's starting to get stuff from companies as well, the bastard.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's swore again. That's quite polite for me.
Stephen Burkes, what about the old music? What about the old music to Hammer House of Horrors, your era, Jerry? The old music to Hammer House of Horrors.
Well, yeah. I mean, the music back in the day, you know.
Yeah. But as I said before, the Hammer films did have some pretty good musical scores, you know, quite memorable, yeah. Right. Who have we got next? We've got Am I Dead Yet?
I hope not.
I know, yeah. When I first saw that, like, oh God, that's a funny screen name, isn't it? Am I Dead Yet? Yeah. Is it not the Fanatic the Travolta film is called?
Yeah.
As someone pointed out on here last time. The Fan is the Fan's the one with Robert De Niro, isn't it? It's the Fanatic with Travolta, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snipes,
I can't remember.
Yeah, stalking a baseball player, Wesley Snipes.
That's
the Fanatic.
That was quite good from memory as well.
I haven't seen that one. Paul's here again, and he's saying, I've got the British horror Creep to watch tonight. Haven't seen it in ages. Now, is that the one? There's two Creeps, isn't there? Is that the one with the girls on the railway station, or is the one with that fella who wants to make a film before he dies?
If it's the British one, it's the Underground in London. That I saw. I couldn't go to see it at the cinema, but I got I remember it came out on DVD. Bought it. Not seen it before, and it was good. I really
like that one. Yeah, it's good. I like both of them.
Yeah, the other one was good as well, because it's like they've done a couple of those, haven't they? They're meant to be doing a third. I really enjoyed that as well, because he was like serial killer, wasn't he? And he went. He's very creepy. Like, it's just
oh God, he was creepy. Yeah, he was.
Both the sequel was good as well. Creepy was really good. And I'm really hoping that they do pull off a third one. It seems to be a long time coming though. It feels like years since I've seen them. But yeah.
I'll tell you, Jamie, a movie that's a long time coming. That Wolf Creek third one.
Yeah. Every time I think, I always laugh, because there's a bit where in the second one he hits a kangaroo. He goes, "Oh, sorry about that, Skip." It just cracks me up. I don't know why it cracks me up. It always does. It's not funny. He's just killed a kangaroo, but for some reason...
I know what you mean, yeah.
Sorry about that.
I think it's like, when all is said and done, he's like a kind of a pantomime villain, isn't he, really? You know, he sort of plays like Vincent Price used to hammer up, didn't he? in his movies. He knew he was a horror star, and you can tell when you watch the Vincent Price movies, really hamming it up, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it's the same with him, Taylor, in the Wolf Creek movies. You know, he's like a kind of a pantomime villain, isn't he? He's very enjoyable, but at the same time, he's that sort of villain, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know,
he's like Crocodile Dundee that went mental, and
Crocodile Dundee. Yeah,
it's just if the actor's having a good time, there's a good chance that you're going to have a good time. I always think, you know, and if they're enjoying it, then it's more fun to watch, you know. If somebody's not really in it, it's just there for the money.
Yes,
it's okay. But when it's somebody who's actually enjoying it, it makes it more entertaining, more enjoyable. So
he's a good actor. He's a good actor, John Jarvis, like John Jarvis. Yeah,
he's doing a Comic Con soon up in Manchester, I believe.
Oh, is he? Oh, right, yeah. Like John Jarvis. We've got Chestnut 7 here saying about Misery. Hang on. Misery is a great film. I'd certainly second that. Where Annie is obsessed with James Caan's character. Oh, I love Misery. It's great.
It's enough to make your foot fall off, isn't it? It's so good.
It's enough to make your both feet fall off, actually,
Yeah. Oh my God. It's the sound, isn't it? It's not what you can see it, you know, but it's the sound.
And his face, his expression on his face. I know myself. I don't know about you, but you know when you've been lying on the sofa and you get up and you get the pain right up your leg, it's agony, like cramp. Oh, it kills. It lasts for about 2 or 3 minutes. You ever had it? It shoots right up your leg.
Or your foot falls asleep. I remember I fell asleep on the sofa with my foot on my knee, and then the foot had fallen. As I fell asleep, the foot fell asleep because it obviously been up to the eye, and I woke up with my dead foot falling down and hitting my other foot.
Oh God!
I woke up screaming blue.
Oh, I bet you did. I would be myself. Yeah. Oh, it kills that. Like, it really does. And you always have you noticed? You always seem to stub your toe when you've got no bloody shoes on. Have you noticed that? You never stub your toe when you've got your shoes on. It's always when you walk into the bath. I won't bother with the shoes. I'll go and have a glass of water. You bloody stub your toe. You know.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Oh, I just remembered a time where I was at one of my ex-girlfriends, and I ran to get the phone from the hallway, and they had a cupboard that had very sharp corners, and I caught between the big toe.
Oh God!
I went boom, right into it, and it cut in between the toes, and I screamed. That sudden impact, and then the girl comes out at me and starts laughing, and it's the only time I turned around and said,
"That's it." I know. That's it. You see, it's like, it's going back to the old Charlie Chaplin movies when somebody falls over. You don't want to laugh, do you? But you're like, that was awful. You can't help it, can you? It's just sort of way you fall a lot. Sometimes the legs go right up in the air and they go like that. You know, you can't help it, can you? You know, you don't want to laugh. You know,
it's like I work in a care home, and
you do,
the food on trolleys, and the floor had just been cleaned in the kitchen, and somebody put the food trolley in there. So I went in to get the food trolley. I slipped, but your instant reaction is to hold out to grab something. So I grabbed the trolley, but because it's only a flimsy thing, the thing fell down, and all these like sausage rolls, sandwiches, cakes, all landed on top of me. And
God!
They heard me in the other room. They all come running, because whenever you hear a fall or a bang, you go running in the care home.
Yeah.
And they found me. I was just covered head first all the way down.
Oh God!
Like sausage rolls, quiche was the worst. Everything all over me, and I was just laughing. And they opened the door, but I hurt my ass. But my God, it was funny.
It's like these slapstick movies, isn't it? You know, the Carry On movies, where the trolley and that you slip on something and then everything goes all over them. Basically,
it was like out of a film. Oh, yeah. I was waiting for the trifle to land on the head, but it didn't happen.
You might have enjoyed it, that's quite nice.
It's a bit like the Three Stooges when they put the pies in the face, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah. They were always hitting each other, weren't they? The Three Stooges, always slapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know what you mean. Yeah, as I say, you see anything like that, you try not to laugh, but sometimes it's the way it happens, and that, and if they make like a funny noise as well, that makes it all more funny, But what can you do? Right. We've got Richard Brown here, and he's saying when he comes up. Nice. Come on, Richard. Very slow tonight, the comments, aren't they? In comments. Are you watching anything tonight, Jamie, before you go to the Land of Nod, or no?
Probably not. Got to go meet the wife from work in a bit.
Oh, you got to see your wife, haven't you?
Yeah, she got to go meet her from work. She finishes about 10 o'clock, so I'll go down and meet her. I don't like her walking home late at night.
Oh, no, not these days, no.
Oh, God, no. And tomorrow, like, so we're going to go see Barbie.
And yeah.
I'm going to go see Oppenheimer. I'm going to see that on Tuesday because I'm working over the weekend. So
yeah,
my next day off is Tuesday after tomorrow. So I'll be going to see Oppenheimer, and then So that's my plan for tonight. Is once we get back home, is probably just go to bed. We might watch something in bed, but Katie sends her regards. By the way, she told me to say hello.
Oh, tell her thanks very much. Yeah. Pass me best wishes on to her as well. Yeah. Hope she has a nice weekend and that. Yeah. Right, we've got one comment up here from Richard Brown, and he's saying the man with the golden gun was Britt Eklund. Yeah, that's right. She was in The Man with the Golden Gun. Yeah. Jane Seymour was in Live and Let Die, wasn't she? If memory serves me correctly. I'm sure she was in Live and Let Die. Yeah. She's
definitely. I know she was in one of them, but I've not seen the old ones for so long now.
No, Christopher Lee played a good Scaramanga, didn't he?
Oh yeah,
the man with the dog. Oh
he
yeah,
was good at everything. He was good. Even if the film wasn't too good, you could always just watch him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We've got Sharon Lawton in the room. Just getting the comment. Yeah, and she's saying, what's going on? Christopher Lee. Something about Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee did not get paid for playing Lord Summerisle in The Wicker Man because he believed in the film that much. Yeah, he loved The Wicker Man. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of his favorite, if not his favorite movie, I believe. Yeah. We've got Kaz 99000. I've got no problem with them changing things myself. It's just not when it goes as far as this to change things. Yeah, I know what you mean. If they make like radical changes to a movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree on that.
All right, so if you want to go in a different direction, don't mess the bloody thing up. Obviously you don't want to do it weird to weird.
Fixing, does it?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't worry, I've not fallen into that trap of.
Oh, Prime! I've never had that. Is it nice?
Amazon. I got it off Amazon. Amazon Prime.
Oh! I get Amazon Prime. Is that that official drink? Is it?
No.
You know what? I've seen a couple of videos, not recently, of YouTubers trying different drinks out. Have you ever seen them? And they like that. They go, and the faces on them, they're drinking the drink.
They're not that great. These ones are like squash. They're like squash, funny flavored squash. The fizzy ones are like the energy drink ones. I prefer, but they're very bad for you. They've got more caffeine than bloody what's it called, Red Bull and all that. They've got so much in them. They're quite dangerous. So.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. The funny some of those videos where they tried these exotic drinks and that. They have them lined up, and he said, "Yeah, I'll try this one now." And he said, "Oh God, I've got to have to run to the toilet." I thought, "What the bloody hell are they drinking?"
It's just flavored squash. That's all it is.
But, like Mexican, they got this long names like Mexican Chillerama Ramen and things like that, and I just strip like that. The expressions on the faces are priceless, But I've seen quite a few of those actually.
Hello, Kaz. By the way, hope you're all right. Haven't heard from you for a while. Hope you're all right.
Yeah. We've got. It's vanished again. Chestnut 7. I can always tell when Alan's going to give a Norse out of 10. Oh, can you?
Yes.
Is it my tone? Is it my expression? Is it the growl and look I give when I first come on? What is it that say this is going to be a bad review? Is it my expression? Is it my tone? Is it everything?
Sometimes just the thumbnail. It's like if you like the film, it's sort of like if you like the film, it's like
yeah, ferocious look. I've seen some YouTubers doing like real ferocious looking faces. You know, some of the American ones, and I say he doesn't like that movie. You can tell by his bloody face he doesn't like that bloody movie.
It's all in the thumbnail, isn't it? I mean, it's like people do like trailer reactions. Their faces always like, why do they do it? Every single photo, if there's like a new trailer for a film, it's that could be anything. But it's just to get you to watch it. It's like, oh my god, they've reacted to it. But
I know.
When they watch the video, they're like this.
I know.
They don't react like.
No. I know, yeah. It's like some of these ones in some of these films when you see a ghost and that, oh, was that a ghost I just saw? I've seen that many a time in a movie and that. Yeah, it was a ghost. What the bloody hell did you think it was?
You know what used to make me laugh? Did you ever watch a series years ago called Most Haunted? It was
and all the time. Yeah,
I used to love it. But the thing that always wound me up is any time they got anywhere near something, like a ghost was something, or someone would walk past or they see something, they go and run off.
Yeah, I know.
The whole point of the show is to try and see a ghost, and as soon as they see something, they poo their pants and they run. Run like F.
Exactly. Yeah. And what always bothered me about that, you know, when he went into the like 19th century manor house and that, and you can guarantee something will appear according to their version. A ghost shows up unannounced. A ghost shows up when they want to show up. They're not going to show up for just for the benefit of a TV crew, are they? You know, I mean, I don't want to get into it too much, but we've had strange things happen in our house. Just after my dad died, we had things moved around and that, you know, and it's things we just couldn't explain. So that's the sort of thing. What, you know, that's what ghosts do. They play tricks on you, if you like. My dad was a great practical joker, and he loved to play tricks and that. We've had a couple of incidents and indeed some of my family as well have had incidents as well. You know, you can't explain them. You know, so you might say, oh, it was probably just the wind, or you know, the house settling down for the night and that. But you know, it makes you think. You know, because amongst all those things that happen, there could be a few genuine ones. What's your take on that?
Well, I've had some experiences, not too many, but. I believe there must be something, you know, but I never really believed it. I always thought, it's all rubbish. But until it happens to you, you just shrug it off, don't you? It's probably that. Yeah. But I'll tell you, if you don't mind, I'll tell you a little story, just a little one.
Yeah, sure.
When I went through a bit of a bad year one year where one of my best friends died. My dad, sorry, not my mum. I'll take that back quickly. My mum had passed, and I was living with my gran, and she had gone into a hospital because she had caught cancer. Yeah. So, but I used to live with my gran and look after her because she had like the early stages of like stuff. So I used to live with her, look up, you know, feed her, help her, and all that. Yeah. But anyway, mum had passed, and Katie, my girlfriend at the time, we're not been long going out, and my gran had to go into a care home because the level of care that was given her wasn't enough to what she needed, because obviously she had caught cancer. So all this was going on, and I had booked a holiday, and I booked this holiday with Katie ages ago, and I said, well, should we not go? I said, no, we'll go because mum would want us to go. So we went on the holiday. We came back, and on the flight back, I had like not a panic attack, but it was like a anxiety or something. It felt like electricity in my head. It really affected me. I felt awful. Yeah. So I get home, and then at the time, my mum's brother, who my mum had passed with her, and my uncle, he, because my gran had gone to a home, like whilst I was away, he decided to change the locks on the door so I couldn't get into the house. Right. It really, it's a lot of personal shit. But excuse me.
That's all right. What about it?
This is all building up. So I was really stressed, really upset, quite emotional. I had this attack and I felt awful. Yeah. And I said to Kate, I need to be on my own for a bit. So I go home, go upstairs, I go to my bed, and I just lay down, and all this stuff was on my head, and I was like, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. And so I closed my eyes and I just said out loud, for some reason, I said, is it going to be all right, Mum, even though she wasn't there? And all of a sudden, I felt, there's no word of a lie, I felt somebody was rubbing my head like that. Yeah. And that's what my mum would always do if I was upset or worried or stressed. I just hug her, and she would just put her hand up and rub my head. And I smelt Mum's scent, even though Mum had not lived in that house for
Yeah.
years. I just felt the Mum was there, and it was very, whether it was just my head playing tricks or whatever. But there was, that house was haunted, and there were things that would go missing, or which is really weird. You find something you couldn't find, even though you left it there. But that was the one thing over my lifetime, and that I've never actually thought, okay, there must be something, because I felt that.
We've had things like
that was a lot of information. I don't really talk about that sort of stuff too often, but
no,
it's
very interesting story. It's fascinating. I
told my dad the next day. I said, look, Dad, I told him exactly what I just told you. He said, that's Mum. She said she'd always protect you. It chokes me up a bit, but my mum was everything.
Well, we've had things like that. Like we've had that many. I can't talk all night about them. There was one particular one not long after my dad had passed away. Now, as I said before, my dad was a practical joker. He liked to play tricks on my mum and that, because sometimes if she'd be falling asleep in the chair, my dad would be in one armchair, my mum would be in the other armchair, and I'd be stretched out on the sofa like a lord, and sitting there. I've got a crown, and so my dad used to have a habit of picking the newspaper up, and he'd go like that with his hand. He'd go thwack, and he'd wake me mum. What are you doing? She said. You're going to sleep. He said. Oh, don't do that. She said. You're scared the living daylights. He'd get the newspaper, go thwack like that. Practical joke. Wake her up, and then she'd jump like that, because when you hit a newspaper against your palm, the thwack. You know what I mean? So not long after he died, my mum was going to sleep in the chair. There was only me and her in the house. And all of a sudden, she jolted awake. I said, what's up? She said, I just heard the thwack. Like what your dad used to do, the thwack of the newspaper. I said, I'm telling you. She said, I just heard it now. This was only after a couple of weeks after he died, So that's just one example, But I can tell, I can empathise where you're coming from when you just told me that story, It's one big mystery, really, isn't it? One big mystery.
I used to work in a bingo hall.
Yeah. All right.
Oh dear, we won't go there. But
it's haunted.
I tell you, it was terrible. But I one night I had to go and lock up, and it was an old building. It's like 100 years old. But I had to go all the way to the top of the balcony, and then go all the way down to the stairs at the back of the balcony. It was a whole deserted area, just windows and a very long corridor, very badly lit. And it had this little staircase that goes all the way down to the bottom to get to the bottom doors. It was, I don't know why on earth they even bothered to unlock them, but I guess fire and all that, So I had to go downstairs. I got to the top step, and it's a good 8 flights of steps. It's quite a long way down. And I get to the top step, and I can hear footsteps from the bottom, clear as day. And I think, oh, flipping it, there's kids down there messing about. So I went, I shouted, you best be gone by the time I get there. So I went down and went down the stairs, and there's nobody there. And I thought, oh, Christ, maybe they ran off. So I locked the door, put the chain around it that I had, and I started walking back up, and I heard the footsteps from the top, and I went cold. I went ice cold. I was like, oh my God, because it freaked me out. So I started singing because it echoed, and I thought that'll just relieve any tension or whatever. They know I'm coming. I just started singing. It's echoing. I'm walking up, singing because I'm absolutely terrified. I get to the top and I froze. I stopped at the top step, and I felt this breath on my back of my neck.
Oh my God!
Honestly, I sound like a loon, but that's what happened, and I wasn't the only one who's had that. Fortunately, I thought so. When I felt that, I froze for about 5 seconds, and then I ran as fast as I could down.
I bet you did. Yeah.
And the guy who was at the front door, he said, "You just had that experience, haven't you?" I said, "What?" The coldness on the back of your neck. I said, "It must be a window or something." He said, "No, I've had it a couple of times." So it wasn't. I wasn't the first one to have that experience. So whatever it was, I don't know. But
no, God,
things. It doesn't mean it's ghosts. Doesn't mean it's oogie boogie boogie. It just could be like something which we don't know. We don't understand. So
there's a term for that, Jamie. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called residual energy. That means like energy that's there long after the physical body's gone. Have you heard of that term?
Like an echo. It's like an echo.
Yeah, like an echo, basically. Yeah, like the stone tapes, But it's funny you should say about that part, about your encounter and that. Very similar thing happened to one of my mum's workmates, and She got this job in a solicitor's office in Hamilton Square, Birkenhead, and the very old buildings there. And I'll be as quick as I can because we want to get back into the comments and that. Yeah. So basically, she got this job, and she had to go upstairs for a box of files, right to the top of the office to retrieve this box of files. She goes upstairs to get the box of files. The next minute, she hears these women laughing and joking and that, really raucous laughing and that, And she thought, oh, they followed me up. Those cows from downstairs, they followed me up. So she gets the file, whatever she had to go to. She comes back. There's nobody in the adjacent rooms. And she said, all right, she said, you sneaked up. And he looked at each other open-mouthed. He's gone. They looked at each other open-mouthed. I said, what? We haven't been up there. Oh, it must have been the ghost. Oh, she only stayed in the job one day. She was out. You've encountered the ghost, he said. Yeah, they knew about it. Yeah, it's haunted, yeah. So she only stayed in the job. So when she went home, she said to her husband, I packed my job in. You packed your bloody job in? He said, what, you packed your bloody job in? Oh, he said, the office, it's haunted. She said, I'm not staying there a day longer. Tommy Ross and that, yeah. But yeah, so there's another one. That's another story. Yeah. Oh, there's piles, isn't there? Piles.
Yeah. My mum would tell one of me as well, my dad. But my granddad. But we'll get back to the comments because we could talk for hours about this stuff. I'm
going to do a couple of weeks' time. That one I've done a couple of weeks ago, the paranormal. I've been asked to do more. So in a couple of weeks' time, I know, I might do another. I might even have the headless ghost on as a guest. So you never know. Trying to master the special effects of it, those packages, what you get, those computer packages. Only the basic ones. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. The headless horseman. Yeah. So you never know. You never know. Funny thing happened the other week when they had Jordan on, and we were talking about the paranormal. And next minute, the door there, it opened on its own. And I thought to myself, I bet Jordan thinks that's a bloody ghost. It's all right. It's only the lock. It's a bit, you've got to really slam the door, to make it shut, But you think that somebody was coming in because the way it opened and that, So I was quick to assure him that it's our house isn't haunted in that way. We have had some strange things happening, but it's not haunted in to the effect that the door opens and a ghost comes in. So I allayed his fears. Yeah.
Opening at work. Just the care home.
Yeah, just a faulty door. No, the care home. Yeah.
Oh God, that doors are open and closed. With people,
yeah,
God, I've seen stuff,
I can imagine. I can imagine you have, yeah. I can imagine. My mum used to work in a very haunted cake shop, but we won't go into that because that's some creepy things happen there. Say as the confectioners, yeah.
You should start a live stream of ghost stories. We could
because as you know, I write ghost stories. Publish my own ghost story. I haven't written one for a while. So I've got to get some more new cases. Like I've got to research some more cases and that. And I'll probably do one maybe next year. So it's fascinating, like it really is. Yeah.
I think it really is. Obviously, if you're into horror, this sort of stuff you love. You want to look into it.
Yeah.
All the true stuff, even like the true horror films that are based on a true story, are more interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's true. It's fascinating.
That's it. Yeah. I tell you what I'd like to ask you before we move on to the next comments. What's your thoughts on the whole aspect of the Amityville horror case? Do you think it's a hoax? Do you think it's embellished? Or do you think there's some truth in it? What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, you know what? I'm quite unsure. I think there must be something. There must be something to it because otherwise, but it's like the same with the Enfield murders. Not murders. So the Enfield
poltergeist.
Yeah,
the Enfield poltergeist. Yeah.
The thing is, I'd love to go there and have a look.
Yeah.
But I'd also be terrified to go and have a look. But I think we just told stories about experiences we've had. So a lot of people could watch this and think, rubbish, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But there must be something. There must be something there. People have had experiences, whether it was proved right or wrong. There must be something for them to even come up with the idea. So I think there must be some truth in it. There may be some things that could be explained, but there must be some truth in it as well. I don't know about the whole people getting possessed and killing people, but I think maybe there might have been haunted whether a window was shut or a lot of people have seen that sort of thing. So I think that part of it could be true. Some of it is exaggerated, but I think there must be some truth to it.
I do, yeah, definitely. There's been too many things happened, especially in our family over the years, so made me think there must be something, right? So we've got Sharon Lawton now, and she's saying the case of the scorpion tail It's a fantastic giallo film made in 1971, available to buy from Arrow. I don't think I've seen that one. Have you seen that one, Jamie?
I don't think I have. No, I'm going to look that one up. But I'll play this back and get the title because I'm terrible at remembering titles of films.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one, Sharon. And we've got Sharon again. Yeah, broaching the subject of the Carry On movies. Away misses. The Carry On movies were shown on ITV over Christmas, and both scenes and dialogue were removed. Oh, aye. They need to leave the classics alone. I said it before, didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, no.
Ridiculous, yeah. Oh, matron.
Oh, matron. I used to love all those. I like the Carry On Screaming with a bit of a Mickey take.
That's my favourite one, that.
Yeah,
love that one.
Carry On Sergeant, Carry On Spying.
Carry On Spying.
Is he sits on his gun, so it's bent like that. He goes, "It's all right. It's good for shooting around corners."
There's some classics. There's some classic scenes in them. Yeah. The black fingernail. Was that Carry On? Don't lose your head. The black fingernail. Love Sid James. I used to love Sid James in Bless This House.
Oh yes, yeah, that's classic.
Yeah, and I love that dirty laugh he has as well. He's got that unique. Oh, I love that laugh. Yeah. Oh God, he was one of the best. He was one of the best. Sid James, he really was.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And apart with they made two Carry On Doctors. They made with Jim Dale, Carry On Doctor, and Carry On Again Doctor. The one that's the scene that sticks in my mind with Anissa Harris, where she's on the roof and he's got hold of a skate and it rips off, doesn't it? He slides down the bloody roof and she's just staring at suspenders on. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Carry On Doctor.
I haven't seen that in a long time, but I remember that.
It's a bit naughty, that, yeah. Bit of a naughty scene, that, like, yeah. But Frankie Howard as well. He was in quite a few, wasn't he? Frank. Yeah. But I love all them. I love all those classics. Yeah. We've got Sharon.
Carry On Spying, when he comes out the toilet and there's a spy walks past you. I'd give it 5 minutes if I were you.
Yeah. I haven't seen it for ages, that one, but yeah, I do. I first watched that on our old black and white telly in the early 1970s. Yeah. But I watched a lot of the Carry On movies on our old black and white telly, but when I saw them in colour, we got our first colour TV set in 1975. And it was, of course, when you get the colour, if you've been so many years with black and white, you think, wow, don't you?
Yeah.
You know.
I remember my dad had a black and white TV, and he said that when we went to see, he hadn't seen colour, only like shop windows and stuff, but he said he saw it. He went to the cinema to go and see was it 2001 Space Odyssey, and he said it blew him away. I mean, the film is slow as anything, but I haven't seen it in years. But he said that people these days don't know what it's like. They don't know that to go from a square TV that's black and white, and you have to squint to look at, to go into like mass. I mean, what we've got now, you know, they've got so much these days, you know, like, and choice as well, what to watch.
Yeah.
Don't know how lucky. And I remember going to the cinema and we had like a small TV and all that. And, and how much of an impact it was. Yeah. And that's lost these days, sadly. But.
Yeah, that's it. Do you know the very first movie I saw on the cinema, the very first one, we're going back to Disney now, Pinocchio. That was the first. Yeah. That was the very first. And I loved all the songs in that. You know, I Diddly Dee and Actor's Life for Me. Loved all them. Geppetto.
Did you see the Tom Hanks one on Disney?
No, the Tom Hanks one, no.
Don't. Just don't.
All right, no good.
No White coming along already.
No good. It's no good then. No good, is it? Is it pants?
It's pants. It's pants. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Tom Hanks. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
But the film's just...
All right, yeah. I'll give that one a miss then. Yeah.
We've got Sharon.
Yeah. We've got Sharon in the room. 88 Films are releasing The Witchfinder General, good movie, on 4K. I can't wait. It's one of Vincent Price's best movies, definitely. He is one pure son of a bitch in that, isn't he? He is oh my God, he is. I think one of his most evil roles. He's got no sympathy at all, has he, about dragging somebody out the cottage and what he does to that poor priest, the male priest.
God,
nasty, isn't it?
He's a bastard, isn't it?
Oh yes, yeah.
That's blasphemy. That's not swearing.
Yeah, but that's one of his best films, that Witchfinder General. We've got Leo here, the Geek Legion of Doom.
Oh, Leo.
Leo, yeah.
Nice chat.
Just trying to get him in. You okay, Leo? Can you name 5 horror movies with male protagonists? You go first, Jamie.
Oh, God,
five horror movies with male protagonists.
Oh.
I presume you mean good male protagonists.
Yeah, wow. You go first. I've got to think.
Oh, bloody hell! Oh, Dracula.
Dracula.
I know he was a bit of a naughty lad, like, but yeah. I would. All right, shall we go for heroes then? I'm holding out for the hero. As in the words of Bonnie Tyler, I'm holding out for the hero. So, do you want me to go first then? See if I can think of any.
You go.
All right,
I'm still thinking.
I may be some time. Right, don't grow a beard. Don't grow a beard. Right, so okay. So going back to the question, can you name 5 horror movies with male protagonists? Well, I'd say Dracula, Van Helsing. That's one. I'd say the Wolfman, Lon Chaney Jr. He was a kind of a hero. He wasn't really bad. He just got bit, didn't he? And, yeah. Male protagonist. Who?
Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, Dr. Jekyll. Yeah, Dr. Jekyll. Yeah, 3. Fourth one. We're looking for the fourth one. Male protagonist.
Monster.
Frankenstein, Baron Frankenstein. Yeah. He was neither good. He was nor. He was in between, really, wasn't he? He was just obsessed.
He was because obviously he was made, so he was man-made, and it wasn't natural.
Yeah, the monster.
He was young Frankenstein on self-note. Mel Brooks.
I saw it years ago. Yeah, it's Frankenstein. The part when he's doing the dance, the top hat's on. It's good, that one. I'll have to add that one to my collection. Yeah. So we've got 4. We're looking for a 5th. Don't say Arnold Schwarzenegger. Has he ever made a horror film in Predator?
Predator's kind of a horror film, yeah. And End of Days was a horror film.
I haven't seen that one.
He was in Maggie, which is about his daughter turning into a zombie.
I've seen the trailer, but I haven't seen its entirety.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right. End of Days is all right. But man, there's so many you can name, isn't there? Really?
Oh God, yeah. Male protagonist. Name 5 horror movies with male protagonists. Psycho,
yeah.
There's your 5. Leo. Don't ask for any female ones. Thanks for stopping by anyway, Leo. Yeah, it was good to talk to you a couple of weeks ago. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, keep up the good work with your channel, mate.
Yeah, he's really good. He's had me do a couple of things in the past for his channel. So
yeah, he's a good lad, Leo. Brian's saying to Geek Legion of Doom: 1, House; 2, Evil Dead 3; Waxworks; 4, Friday the 13th, Part 6; 5, Fright Night.
It's a good list.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Fright Night for a while either.
I like the first Fright Night. I didn't like the second one.
Never seen the second one. It's hard to find in the UK. I will track it down, but I've heard it's a bit rubbish. But...
yeah, some people like it. You know, it's another one of those Marmite movies. You know, so we've got about 20 minutes anyway, Jamie. So I know you've got to whiz off at 10, but I'd usually finish at 10 anyway. So we'll try and get through as many as we can. Yeah, so thanks anyway. I'll leave a link down below, guys, to Jamie's channel. Go ahead and, subscribe. He's a great guy. He's got a great channel. He knows his stuff when it comes to movies and that. So, yes, I'll leave the link down below. So just go along and give him a sub.
Thank you very much. And thank you for having me on. Obviously,
no worries, mate. You come on again in a couple of weeks.
This has gone right past really quickly.
Yeah, it does. I found that, every time I do a live stream, when you're enjoying it and having a laugh and that, it just whizzes by, Yeah. I've enjoyed it anyway, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to try. I tell you what, I'm going to try and do. Well, not just yet. Maybe in a couple of weeks' time. Get about 3 or 4 people on, and if you want to come along and join in, But I'll send the invites out. Yeah, I'll send the invites out anyway. I have a couple, little group and that. Yeah. So I like to vary it as well and that, So yeah, I've enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert Turner, hi Alan. Congratulations on reaching congratulations on nearing 1,000. So I'm some way away from that. Yeah. 1,000 subs.
You'll smash it.
Do you remember a TV series called Mother Love from 1989 starring Diana Rigg? I don't know. Just watch it again. Very sinister. Mother Love. Do you remember that, Jamie?
No, but there was. I can't remember. When I was a kid, I'm still to this day can't remember what it is. but there was this film, and it might have had Diana Rigg in it. It was on a VHS, and it was like a black background, and they had like written words, and it was like two women in the middle, like a white strip going down, with these two women wearing like black dresses or something.
Yeah,
and it might have been that. I'll have to look it up later, but that does ring a bell. But no, I've not heard the series, no. But I've always wanted to know what that film was. Like maybe it was like Stepmother, or it's about witches or something. But
all right, yeah, it doesn't ring a bell. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, thanks for that. Anyway, Roberts. We've got Kevin here again, and he's saying Oppenheimer. Now that is a real horror. Haven't seen it, Kev. Have you seen it, Jamie?
No, it's out tomorrow. It's about the atomic bomb.
Nice.
Yeah. It's they've got the father of the atomic bomb who
I don't think don't really think that'd be my cup of tea. Anything to do with nuclear war and everybody getting blown up is not really. I think they're rather depressing, those camp. Your mum doesn't like them either, those about nuclear war, because it's all too real, isn't it?
Yeah.
Leo's back.
List is also like a horror film.
Oh, Schindler's List, yeah. That's in black and white, isn't it?
Yeah, terrifying. Absolutely. Yeah. It angered me, which is what it makes it. It saddened me, and it's just very long and slow. But my God, it's awful.
Yeah,
hard to watch.
Yeah. Oh, some of those movies are pretty tough going, aren't they? To deal with actual events.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. We've got Leo back here, and he's saying tea has more caffeine than people realise.
Got more coffee in some places.
Yeah.
That's quite a random.
I'm just trying to find the horror in that, the horror of caffeine. I don't think they've ever made a horror movie called The Horror of Caffeine, have they? No. I think they made one called I'm a secret lemonade drinker, or Whites. You remember that?
Oh yeah. Just a secret lemonade drinker.
That's the one, yeah. That was always on the telly. That in the 70s, yeah.
Lemonade.
That's the one, yeah. Yeah, I remember that well. Yeah, that's right. And they actually made a novel of that as well. I'm a secret lemonade drinker. Yeah.
Do you remember? Have you got Fly Fishing by J.R. Hart?
Oh God, I remember that well. Yeah, that seemed to be on for bloody eons. That didn't it?
Yeah, they made a book. They made a book.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and the one with the Hovis advertising the Hovis bread when you go down the hill. That was on for ages as well.
Yeah, I've been to that hill. It's quite close to me. So, my dad filmed me walking down it, and then by the end of it, I'm pegging it because I pick up quite speed.
Oh, flipping it. I tell you what, while you're on the subject of scenery where you live, I love your videos where you show your all when you go to collect your videos and that, the scenery in that, where you're on the bus with Casey, the outdoor scenes there. I love all that. See where you live in that, the shopping centre and that. Some good scenery, some good scenery where you live.
There's a lot of nice area. There's some nice beauty spots around. Oh, it sounds bad as well. It's quite picturesque in some places, and I want to do more videos with like just showing off the scenery sometimes. But yeah.
And Alan does good ones as well. Kermit's Ghost, where he says about the history of a building, doesn't he? Very knowledgeable. Yeah, very good. Yeah. Some lovely scenery there, like in those videos. We've got ASMR Beyond Dreams is saying they stopped using dwarfs because Peter Dinklage made a fuss about them always being used as comedy relief in movies.
Yeah, you know what? He has his opinion. He's entitled to that opinion. But what he doesn't realise is that it put a lot of people that suffer from dwarfism, I'm going to put it like that, politically correctly, people that suffer from dwarfism, classed as people see them as dwarfs, it put them out of jobs for like pantomimes, and all the people that play dwarfs that have dwarfism, they picked off saying it's not fair. Why would you take that away from us? You're taking away our jobs. Yeah,
that's it. I think I touched on that in my video, didn't I? They made 6 dwarfs unemployed.
Yeah,
I touched on that in my video. Yeah,
he was obviously dopey.
Yeah. The more you what's the name, all this wokeism, it really makes my blood boil. What they're doing, they've done the James Bond books. They went back and edited them. They've done the same with Roald Dahl. The list goes on, doesn't it?
Can't say
I tell you what, they better not touch bloody Dracula or Frankenstein, or there will be hell to pay. And I will do a rant video. And it will be an ultra rant video.
It'll be 3
That's
hours
your bottom dollar.
It'll be an Oppenheimer part 2.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, there's nothing worse than just going on and just talking in front of a camera with no expression in your voice. You like to put a little bit of, well, you know yourself when you do your videos your way. You like to put a bit of fun in, don't you, in your videos? And I like to put I like to put a bit of what's the name of mine, a little bit of the hem and feeling and that. We all like doing our videos our own different ways, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Honestly, when you got fire in your belly, it's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it's like having your own TV show, I think, and for people you're entertaining people, aren't you? You're making them laugh and that, So
yeah, I try. Not everybody likes it,
or cringe, as the case may be.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I do. Crazy J. People consider Crazy J offensive, but
the hats.
It's never that intent. But
the wig, no.
But you can't please everybody. But yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the way it is. We just do what we do and hope people enjoy it.
Exactly, yeah. So the next one is, so now Disney and other companies are scared of the backlash, yeah? And Disney are going right down in terms of their box office receipts, aren't they?
Yeah.
We've got
too much.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. The bubble's going to implode in the end, isn't it? It's going to bang, Leo's saying, overreactions, I call them, and YouTube face, I call that expression.
It's all the trailer reactions.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they go. Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah,
that should be the thumbnail for this video, shouldn't it? Both you and I going.
I know. Yeah. And it's funny, when you see, when you see a little thumbnail with something like that, it draws you to it right away, like a bloody magnet. Look at this. I tell you, another thing is a good strategy when you pose a question in your thumbnail. Something that intrigues you. Oh, I have to look into this. The 10 most worst movies of all time. If you use 10 in your videos, you can guarantee you're going to get a lot of views, or top 20. People are drawn to numbers.
Yeah,
so
they like lists. People like lists.
That's the one. People like lists. Yeah.
Like Schindler.
Oh God. Richard Brown, the dwarf wasn't comic relief. Oh, the dwarf and Don't Look Now, yeah. At the end of Don't Look Now, yeah, it wasn't comic relief. Definitely not.
No.
That was like a punch in the face at the end of that movie.
Wasn't it just?
Edward's saying, your favourite Universal? Oh, that's easy. That's easy peasy for me. Frankenstein, 1931, starring Boris Karloff. That's my favourite Universal Monsters film. Yeah.
That is tricky.
There's so many, though, isn't there?
Oh, God, so many. I mean, trying to pick one. It's like saying, what's your favourite film? There's at least 5 that I could name. It's...
God, yeah. Yeah. But Boris Karloff, that was the movie that got me into horror. Frankenstein, 1931. So that's got a special place in my all-time favourite horror movies, yeah. So I'd say Boris Karloff, 1931, Frankenstein. But I do like the Wolfman as well, Lon Chaney Jr. Great favourites of mine.
Yeah, Wolfman and Invisible Man.
Yeah. That's good. Claude Rains, that's a good one.
That's so funny.
Oh God,
it's so funny. I mean, I don't mean that. I think it's intentional as well. But when he takes it off for the first time, he's taking off the bandages, and he's laughing his head off, and because he knows they're going to freak out. And they all run up. They all board this, and it's like a pub, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they all run up. They get the policeman in. Oh, what's going on?
It's got that one.
He talks.
I do like. I do like that one.
Officer, that's not good. But he goes upstairs, and they just walk in. He's just going, and they're all.
I know.
God, they'll run. And they're like, what do we do?
It is good. It is. Claude Rains takes them off, doesn't he? Yeah, I do like The Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Kevin's saying The House of Frankenstein is probably my favourite. Oh, that's the first Monster Bash where they were all in it. You had Frankenstein, you had Dracula, you had the Wolfman. I don't think you had the Invisible Man in that one, but you had the 3 main ones. You had Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein's monster. Boris Karloff played Dr. Gustav Niemann in that. He played the monster 3 times, Boris Karloff, but after that he just played mad scientists.
Have you ever? Sorry, just very quickly. Have you ever seen the Monster Squad from the 80s?
Oh, I had that the other few weeks ago. It wasn't the same as when I watched it when I was younger.
No,
I didn't get the same. Yeah, I didn't get the same buzz out of it. Yeah, okay. Do you like that one? Do you? Yeah,
I love it.
Do you? Yeah. When I first watched it when I was younger, I liked it, but watched it a couple of weeks ago. I don't know. maybe because I'm a bit older now, and it didn't have the same appeal.
That's
I don't know what it was, but I did like the idea behind it, all the famous monsters coming back to life, in modern days and that. I thought it was a great premise,
Good idea.
Yeah. Edward's saying, what's your thoughts on Shaun of the Dead? I've never seen it right through, so can't comment.
Oh, it's brilliant. Love it.
You like it, do you? Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's just a bit of fun. No, it is.
Simon Pegg.
Yeah, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost. You got Bill Nighy in it.
Yeah. Good. I'll have to check that out. I've only seen clips of it. Chestnut 7 says, when Kenneth Williams pulls his gun out the wrong way. Oh, I
hope it's his gun.
Pulls out the wrong way. I says, I wish.
I'll be right back, Alan.
Sorry. Yeah, it's all right, mate. It's all right, Jamie. Yeah.
There we go. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's all right. No worries. Yeah. So when Kenneth Williams pulls his gun out the wrong way and says, "Oh, I wish they'd make these things the right way round," I presume Carry On Cowboy. I think. Yeah, I think it's Carry On. Yeah. Oh, before we round up tonight, I just got to tell you, I've got two there. I ordered from. Have you ever heard of a company called Film Treasures?
Yes.
Yeah, Film Treasures. I buy from them quite often. I've got the Chupacabra double bill. I've never seen them, so I'm going to be watching them. I might watch them over the weekend. I don't know if you've seen them or not. Yeah, so I might do a review of them. Yeah, the Chuck. Oh, I can't even say I haven't even had a pint. The Chupacabra. The Chucky. What's this with Chucky? The Chupacabras, and I think the other one's called the Return of the Curse of the Chupacabras. So I'll watch those over the weekend, and I'll probably do a review of them. So they're based on the
pints when you do the review.
Oh no, I only have about one pint of lager on a Saturday afternoon. That's it. Then I'm home. Come home to watch it. I break my neck to come home to watch Ant and Dec, and they're pointless. No, I'm only joking. I don't really watch it. No, they finished anyway, haven't they, Ant and Dec?
Yeah, I think so. I don't watch much TV.
I don't watch. Yeah, there's not all that much on the telly. We mostly watch movies and that TV shows on Blu-ray and DVD. Don't we hardly watch telly nowadays? There's so much rubbish on.
Yeah, we watch mainly YouTube actually because we've got so many people that we watch.
Yeah.
I like to watch everybody if I can. So we just watch TV. It's so handy having YouTube on TV.
Yeah, I try to get through as many as I can, but there's that many people doing streams. You're watching one another night, and you have to, I'll have to catch up on that. Because some people do about 3 or 4 hours, don't they? And you say to yourself, well, I'll have to watch that next night. And then you get somebody else putting the stream on, and you have to make a note of that. And then, you can't go around everybody at once, if you know what I mean, But I do get round to watching as many as I can. So
it's difficult keeping up with it all.
Yeah, and it's so many good ones as well, top quality ones, really professionally done and that. And, you'd have a ball watching some of them that, your stomach hurts or all the laughing and that, Yeah. So
Play Tendo's good. Do you watch Play Tendo?
Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been on here a few months ago. Yeah,
lovely chap. And
yeah,
Scott as well. Scott,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, and you get the other guys as well, don't you? John Mondo Chelovek.
Yep, he's good.
Yeah, he knows his onions, doesn't he, when it comes to movies, doesn't he, John? Very knowledgeable. Yeah.
Amazing collection.
Oh my word, yeah, big. Oh yeah, I've seen his collection. Oh, right from the ceiling, right down, isn't it? I've got to do that. I've got it. Yeah, I know he's got a great collection, John. Yeah, we've got about 5 minutes anyway, so I'll try and whisk through as many as I can, and hopefully, yeah. So fire away if you want to ask us anything you like within reason. We'll be happy to answer them, guys. Yeah. So we've got Oliver was the first film I went to see. I'm showing my age now. You're as old as you feel. There's no answer. There's no answer to that, is there? Am I dead? Yes. 5 male heroes from horror films are Ash from Evil Dead. Yeah. Chris from Guess House. Well, yeah, I'm not a fan of the movie, but yeah. Paxton from Hostel, yeah. Jesse and Nightmare on Elm Street 2, yeah. And Charles from Fright Night, yeah. Good choices. Yeah. We've got ASMR from Beyond Dreams. Jamie usually finishes in 10 as well. 10 seconds, that is. Timing you there, isn't she?
A bit personal, that, isn't it? 10 seconds, that's a record for me.
Countdown. Is that Countdown? Yeah, that's an old TV program I used to watch. Countdown.
Yeah, Richard Whiteley, was it? Richard Whiteley.
Richard Whiteley, yeah, and then Des O'Connor done it, didn't he? I don't know if it's still on or that. Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage had no problem with the comedy films he used to do, though. Happily took these jobs. Yeah. I tell you, there's another favourite of mine, Jamie. Pete Walker. He made like Frightmare and all those movies. There's a big box set of his coming out. Pete Walker. He's a good director.
Oh, good.
Gary North, Peter Dinklage is to blame for the little people not being cast in Snow White, right?
Yeah, bastards.
Yeah, Edward, you guys looking forward to seeing Haunted Mansion? Don't know about that one.
It's a Disney remake of a Disney film based on a Disney ride.
Eddie Murphy was in the original, wasn't he?
That's right. And that's when you got Owen Wilson in and Danny DeVito.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'll go and see it.
Yeah.
I don't have much hopes for it, but
no,
I'll watch it. I don't mind the Eddie Murphy one. I don't think it's that bad, but I don't think it's anything special either. It's one of those in the middle for me. But I'll go see it. I've got an Odeon pass, so I'll go as much as I can.
Yeah. You go to the pictures quite often, don't you?
Yeah.
The cinema.
Every week. Yeah. Every week.
Yeah. Right, ASMR Beyond Dreams Countdown is still going, yeah, right. Not that I won't be watching it, like, so.
It doesn't have to be exactly on 10 o'clock, as long as I leave just after.
Well, 1 minute past. Am I dead? Yes. They've only went and cast Hugh Grant as one of the Oompa Loompas in the new Wonka movie. All right. Yeah, we've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes to blast off.
And counting.
Yes, I've enjoyed it tonight. Anyway, Jamie, thanks for coming on.
Oh, thanks for having me on. Honestly,
yeah. And as I always say this to my YouTube buddies: if you're going to go Blu-ray hunt at the weekend, I hope you manage to pick up some bargains. Yeah. So,
but I'm going Tuesday's my next day. So.
Yeah. Oh well.
But yeah, we can hope.
Yeah. ASMR Beyond Dreams. Colin Murray presents Countdown. Never heard of him. It still has Rachel Riley in it. All right.
She's nice.
Is she? In other words, she's very easy on the eye.
Yeah. She is.
Yeah.
She can sort out my numbers any day.
Oh well, there you go. I have to start watching this. Yeah, but we've got 1 minute to go anyway. So yes, I'll say all going well. I'll do another one in a couple of weeks' time. Get a couple of people on and that, and you're quite welcome to come along if you want to come along. You know,
I'd love to.
A good hearty discussion about horror and that. And as I said, I'm going to do another supernatural one. It won't be just yet. It'll be in a couple of weeks' time. So I hope to get a couple of people on, talking about their experiences and that. But I really enjoyed it tonight, yeah. So as I say, guys, I'll before I close, I'll leave the link down below to Jamie's channel. Go along and give me support. He's got a great channel, and it's been a real pleasure having him on tonight. I've had a real good laugh, really enjoyed myself, and all gone well. Hope to do it again sometime. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
So,
thank you.
So it's okay with you, Jamie. We'll wind it down now. And so thanks very much again for coming on. I've really enjoyed it. It's been fun. Yeah, cheers, mate. And so all going well. Have a nice weekend anyway. And I'll be back again. Hope to be back again next Thursday, do my usual solo live. And I've enjoyed it. So thanks again to Jamie for coming on. And all you guys, take care of yourselves. Have a nice weekend. And all going well. I'll be back again, same time, same place with another Alan Scouser live stream. Thanks, Jamie. Bye.
Thanks.
Bye. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.